Kuzuzampo, a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program with me, Sunam Pem. Our top stories this week. His Majesty the King grants audience to Sherapsi College students. Mandatory drug test for tour guides from December. And snowman calibration run successfully completed. His Majesty the King granted an audience to students of Sherapsi College in Tashigang recently. His Majesty shared thoughts on nation building and national vision for a common, bright and better vision with the students.
His Majesty said, to prepare for the 21st century, we have to invest in our children. His Majesty added that Bhutanese are extremely capable people, and with the right opportunities and guidance, Bhutanese children will achieve their full potential. His Majesty especially stressed on the rapid global progress in technology, and citing various technological fields of importance today, His Majesty asked students to prepare themselves to be successful participants of a future driven by technology. His Majesty said, as a small country, Bhutan is in an advantageous position that we can be nimble and agile. His Majesty also advised students to use all resources available such as smartphones and the internet, to equip oneself with skills and knowledge to become employable and to be ready to take up jobs of the future. His Majesty shared, a person's success will depend on one's enthusiasm and the time invested in learning. Sherapsi College was founded as a public learning school in 1966 and became the country's first tertiary education institution in 1983. Isha Gelson for BBS News.
480 public school teachers left the profession as of May this year, which is 125 teachers more than last year. With this, 2019 records the highest teacher attrition rate in the last 5 years, according to the 2019 Annual Education Statistics. The report states that the reasons for leaving the profession include voluntary resignation, superannuation, and expiry of contract, besides others. Of the total 480 teachers who left the profession this year, 277 resigned voluntarily, 57 superannuated, 8 compulsorily retired, and 103 left upon contract expiration. This resulted in an increase in the attrition rate to 5.44%. The average annual attrition rate for the last years has been 3.89%. However, the situation is likely to reverse with the pay revision for civil servants in July this year. The pay hike has made teachers the highest paid civil servants in the country. While addressing the recent United Nations General Assembly, Prime Minister Dr. Lotus Ring said the move is expected to motivate teachers.
I'm happy to share that my government has made teachers in Bhutan the highest paid civil servants this July. We aspire to motivate the teachers and also to attract the best and the brightest to this noble profession. It is only through investment in the teaching that we can bring significant improvement in the quality of education.
Over the last 5 years, more than 1,600 teachers have left the profession. As per the report, there are over 9,600 teachers in the country today. Sunam Pem for BBS News. 118 megawatt Nikachu hydropower project in Tongsa achieved almost twice the overall physical progress compared to last year. At present, 43% of the work is completed when only 23% were achieved till November last year. This is a good indication that the project would be completed on time without delays, unlike in the past.
Today, a little over 50% of the works has been completed at the dam. The preparation for the dam erection is in full swing. The project official said the adverse geological conditions like poor rock strata and workers leaving the jobs in the middle due to cold weather hindered the progress before. At the headrest tunnel, 50% works are achieved. The high water ingress has challenged the tunnel excavation in some edits. Meanwhile, the erection of the project's 2 turbines or runners will begin from this month at the powerhouse. The construction of the base for installation of turbines has been completed. The project will have 2 power generating units once complete and water discharged from the tail rest tunnel will go into the 720 Mangdechu project's water reservoir, thereby contributing to additional generation of power by MHPA. Once Nikachu project generates power, it will be exported to Power Trading Corporation of India. The project is 100% subsidiary company of Duk Green Power Corporation. The construction of the project began in August 2016 and is expected to be fully operational by April 2021 if there are no geological surprises. Pasa, BBS News, Tromsa.
The Royal Monetary Authority handed over a surplus cheque worth 3 billion yutum to the Finance Minister. It is the highest ever annual surplus recorded during the 2018 to 2019 fiscal year.
The central bank's governor said this year is one of the unprecedented record surpluses surrendering to the government. The highest surplus made by the central bank is significant for three reasons.
It reflects that there's this adequate level of reserves in the country or the RMA. So that reserves is we invested, and then the investment adds up to the surplus that which we declared to the government. We are able to manage that reserves very well. So on a day in, day out basis, we are trying to get the best returns on those surpluses. So that also contributes to the surplus. Now, as the international standards, we have moved to International Financial Accounting Standard, which in Bhutan we call the BAS. So when you shift from the old accounting standard to a new accounting standard, there's some change in the policy, accounting policy.
The profits are generated from investments in financial markets abroad, loans and advances to the government and financial institutions. The central bank also receives royalties on legal tender coins that it has authorized agents abroad to mint and sell.
It's going to benefit them because I believe the government definitely needs money to finance this expenditure. So, but what we hear is that they're having some difficulties of estimating the Mangdechu and all those revenues which they have estimated, and because of some kind of difficulty in the projects now, so they have overestimated the projects. So now our surplus will actually cover their overestimations coming from the other revenue projects.
The central bank said this development reflects a sound economy. Choni Dama for BBS News.
Tourist guides in the country will have to go through a mandatory drug test starting December this year. This, according to the Tourism Council of Bhutan, is to maintain a drug-free tourism sector and support the nation's effort to curb drug abuse. As per the Code of Conduct for Tourist Guides in the Tourism Rules and Regulation 2017, a guide shall at no given time be under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, cigarettes or any other banned substances.
The reason why we are selecting tourist guide is because guides are the ambassador of tourism industry. They are the face of the tourism sector, and it's very important that they are free of drugs and that they provide higher standard of services to our tourists.
Two types of drug tests, mandatory and random, will be conducted.
Currently, the license renewal of guides are being carried out from December to February annually. So during that time, we will conduct mandatory drug testing. But on the other, there are chances that on the other months that substances can be abused. So in order to curb that, we are going to do random drug testing, so that the guides are careful and that they do not actually go into substance abuse during the other months.
The Tourism Council of Bhutan, in collaboration with the Bhutan Narcotics Control Authority, will be conducting the drug tests. According to the BNCA, a person undergoing the test will be required to provide his or her urine sample. The test will detect 10 different types of drugs, and the results will be shown within 3 to 5 minutes after the test. Today, there are more than 4,000 guides in the country. Pema Saldun Singh, BBS News. People driving along Korila and Ngatsang Highway in Mongar are not happy with the poor road condition and delaying of road widening works in the area. They said that it is high time for the government to intervene. More than 11 kilometer stretch of the highway between Korila and Ngatsang is being widened.
It started in March this year. However, there is not much work progress seen at the site, and this in turn has badly affected the motorist.
It is inconvenient for us to travel on the road as the initial blacktops were all damaged. It takes another 1 hour to travel from Korila to Ngathang. Even sick people are reluctant to travel via local bus, and I'm not sure when the government is going to finish the widening works.
The contract was terminated in June this year, and it has been more than 3 months now without any work at the site.
It has been almost 5 months since we awarded the contract to Gongfel Construction Company, but as per the contract agreement, the contractor could not employ the required engineers at the site, and we had to terminate the work in June this year.
We could not contact the construction company for comments. The company has reported the matter for arbitration for terminating the contract without any basis.
95% of the east-west highway widening works has been completed, which falls under the jurisdiction of Regional Office of Department of Roads in Lingmathang, and we are left with only Korila to Ngathang stretch. And as per our plan, we are going to complete the work by June next year.
The work could be awarded soon after the case is settled. For Sonam Sring in Mongar, Bimasaldun Sring, BBS News.
The issue of not having a parking space for trucks exporting products from Bhutan to Bangladesh at the India-Bangladesh border is now solved. The parking space at the Changrabanda in the Indian state of West Bengal was inaugurated on Wednesday.
The parking space was opened in presence of officials from Bhutan Exporters Association, local stakeholders and transporters in Changrabanda. Truckers will have to pay 100 rupees per day. Over 350 trucks reach Changrabanda daily from Finseling, Gumtu and Samse. This is a parking space here in Changrabanda in the Indian state of West Bengal for the trucks to export boulders, minerals and mines from Bhutan to Bangladesh. Until now, the trucks did not have proper designated space, so they had to park along the highway and often ended up paying fines for breaching the traffic rule here. But now the trucks do not have to face such hassle, as this space can accommodate over 700 trucks. Bhutan Exporters Association said it took 1 year of negotiation with counterparts in India to come up with the parking lot.
Initially, we didn't have much export to Bangladesh. Now, with coming up with the export of boulders to Bangladesh, the export from Bhutan have increased by 3 times. So therefore, we thought like having a designated parking for Bhutan will ease the problem at the border. And similarly, we have also proposed to come up with the designated parking at Fulbari, which will be open at the end of this month, and that will also facilitate further to the Bhutanese exporters who have been using Fulbari and Banglabanda route for export of Bhutanese commodities to Bangladesh.
The 7 acres parking space is located just a kilometer away from the Bangladesh border. Bhutan Exporters Association is also negotiating to extend the border gate timing to enter Burimari port in Bangladesh. From Finseling, this is Sona Penjo for BBS News.
While waiting and sitting on a problem is one thing, trying to find a solution within one's means is completely another. And this is exactly what a group of parents in Norgegangewakapsamsi has done. They decided to step in to address the teacher shortage problem in their community school, Changju Primary School. They decided to pay for a teacher themselves, easing the situation to some extent.
The parents took matters into their own hands after a volunteer teacher left the school this midterm. They decided to temporarily hire a teacher from within the community and together pay him a monthly salary of 6,000 Newton.
We put up this issue as an agenda during our parent-teacher meeting. The parents agreed to pay for a teacher until the year ends. So we had someone from the village who had completed class 12 and the parents decided to hire him. This is our temporary solution to the teacher shortage problem.
Although this initiative reduced the workload from 6 to 4 subjects per teacher, the school is still in short of teachers. The Education Ministry's teacher requirement exercise for this year saw the need for 2 general teachers at Changju Primary School.
In each class, we have 16 to 21 students. If we see the teacher-student ratio, we have enough teachers, but if we go subject-wise, we have 7 sections, leaving us short of teachers.
Elsewhere in the district, the situation is worse. For 2019, Samtsi is short of 61 teachers, and many Gyeoks brought the situation to the recent Zongkak Tsokdu as well.
First of all, Samtsi has the highest number in terms of population. That is why, excluding Thimphu-Thomde, student enrollment is highest in Samtsi among other districts and Thomdes. Similarly, Samtsi has the highest number of teacher shortage in the country.
Samtsi needs a total of 740 teachers to cater to its 33 schools. Shortage of Zongkha teachers is the highest at 36, followed by general teachers at 14. The district is also in need of other subject teachers. For now, the Zongkak Tsokdu decided to inform the Education Ministry for an immediate action. As compared to the past years, the teacher shortage trend in Samtsi is on the decline. However, people feel more needs to be done. And until that happens, the problem is here to stay for some years more. Sharab Doji, BBS News, Samtsi.
And the Snowman Run Secretariat says it is ready to host next year's Snowman Run's main event after successfully completing the 5-day calibration run at Chamkar in Bomthang. The 7 runners arrived at the finishing point in Bomthang on Thursday.
Cheered by the students and the public of Bomthang, 36-year-old Sangye Wangchuk from Dagana, who is a soldier by profession, completed the 305-kilometer marathon in little over 36 hours, 17 minutes. He was followed by other runners as they were ushered to the finishing point and the first aid station one by one for a much-needed rest. Signs of exhaustion were evident. The last 2 runners who completed the race together finished the race in over 46 hours.
네, 마파 semgi sonandi 당하기 나라 담보 통세 만올라. 때문에 열려 주주주에 시타인 디시기 캐버즈주마다 다 스페스니메시 단좀베 디 해마일 마주니디 데도 다리 삽사지 줍데 시 셈라 손낭 스톨 레숑말 사마도마도 통 강마도마도 통 람디세시 마도마도 체빈디 단다시 니 세마시 빠님 리심치게 베오마스 onsipchila
다 디치 숨집에 와칭 아침이 딩기라데 레숑브레 타르큐치 수준일 다 산프레 로치게 하기미기소 오래 레숑베 전메스 주니.
Sangye, who came first, was awarded a cash prize of 150,000 Nutum and a free Drucare ticket to a destination of his choice. The other runners were also awarded cash prizes and complimentary rewards. The runners, who now have first-hand information and experience of the route of the ultra-marathon, shared that there are things that can be improved for next year's main event.
또 아니베 다우다디 할람치 입지 자실레 독지디치디 도베스 노멜라 제무스진데 데사치 두된 트렌처 부벨라 라체레 버치 두베 다루 치게 하기 미치 공레 당아치 게 함나와 안좀베 달라 곤숨베게 데 안좀베 룸 디수 Kejo, then the Momdalo, Yamashu Zuchu, and the Nutis of Chinsi Nomela. Sora, they are the Chusetida Jadira Sotomola, the Ani Satumdi Jinsuba Chinse, and the utilities of Ovala.
Regi Tonong Zumjibajin that Castle, Ya Rodofugidazi, Tumzum Betonland, Dani Rodofulea, Chojo Mediterranean Landi. At the Nari Tasi, the Walana Lebiajin.
The runners also shared the experience of the effects of climate change in the Alpine mountains.
The Namshijua, the Tindi Seleptulu, Mapa, Runema, Bochin, Lagolafa, Kodi, the Namsmi, Shunimi, Lujetula, the Danava, Bochin, the Masuchira, Shusebet, Ajani Jomel. The Rajine Tong Zumjibajin, the Hemangara, Yitong Jubdulu, the Gum, the Jiha, Sachi Motabzumjibe, Taibalanga. Jihajo the chapter that Dari Kid is Halam Shuasudula Yas to Sunil, Hemaki Sago the chapter Roya Shuas to Sunil. Namshi Jura Zumjibajin the Damomobera, Jodazumbera Tome Shudola.
Meanwhile, the Snowman Run Secretariat and its board, who are responsible for the smooth conduct of the event, say they are confident that the event would be a success next year.
Yes, so the main objective of this collaboration run is actually to find out, study and get lessons, so that we can get better prepared for next year. So, though we have yet to interact with the runners themselves on the details, but as of now, I think what we have learned is there's no any major sort of difficulties or shortcomings. So, therefore, we feel that going by this year's collaboration run, we feel that we are very ready to implement and conduct the first edition of the international Snowman Run, the ultimate run against the climate change.
Meanwhile, at the closing ceremony, the Snowman Run Secretariat received a 3 million Newton contribution from the Royal Bhutan Helicopter Services. The Snowman Run is an ultra-marathon challenging the world's fittest and most elite runners to help raise awareness on the impacts of climate change. For Kipchun Bumtang, this is Tandon Finso for BBS News.
That's all for this week. Thank you for joining us.